essence, the divine essence of who you are will never change. It is with you right here, right now. It has always been with you. And it'll be with you in whatever form you decide to take on after you have finished and completed and are done with this one. The experience in life is birth and death. And every death is a new birth into something new. So eventually we all get there. And there's really, in our mind, at this level, no rhyme or reason as to why it is the way it is. For each and every individual, different. It just is. There's a greater plan at play here. And the human mind is not at a capacity to where it can fully comprehend and understand the eternality and the infinity of it all. When you do, you will not choose to be here. You will be in the eternal, in the infinite. We get glimpses of it. We get a little taste of it. We get an experience of it. But it is unsustainable in the physical body because it is something greater than that. So stop worrying about it. Get on with your life. Live each day. Experience the day for what it is, good, bad, or indifferent. It is your day. Enjoy it and live it. Fully express it. As I was beginning to read a little bit about Mahatma Gandhi and the material that I was working with, and I was referencing back to Science of Mind and Ernest Holmes and trying to figure out what's the connection that's going on here. And so I followed where Ernest Holmes' path was in the Science of Mind, and he spent a little time studying Emerson's work, and he spent some time studying the work of Thoreau, and he spent some time studying T.S. Eliot. And you know, they were all fans. They were readers of the Bhagavad Gita. So they were all going back into, a place that was in the structure of Hinduism. And this is where Mahatma Gandhi comes out of, is Hinduism. And his favorite book is the Bhagavad Gita. He looks at the Gita, it actually translates into the Song of the Lord. It's a philosophical poem. It's a great story if you have an opportunity to read it. You think the Science of Mind is difficult to read. Try reading the Gita. Because it comes from a different culture and a different time. But once you understand it, once you begin to see the story, you see that it is the experience and the expression of life happening over and over and over again. And in Hinduism, they say that the evolution of life is from the lower matter, and it is in a spiral, ever moving upward into a greater experience of life. The same words that Ernest Holmes uses in Science of Mind, that life is an upward spiral evolution of consciousness. They knew this thousands of years ago. Science of Mind has nothing new. It's just being reframed, reformatted into the current day language and the way in which we live. So if you go back to the Gita, it's a story about an individual that's about to enter into battle. Arjuna, who is a warrior. He's trained to be a warrior. His father was destined to be the king of the land. But because of some things that went haywire, that didn't happen. His cousins kind of took it over, and they were running this, and he was being trained by the teachers of his cousins into being this great warrior. And so now here he is, the most magnificent warrior, and he's going to go to battle with his cousins over the kingdom. He wants it back. He wants to bring it back to his side of the family. And so he's about to take off on his chariot, and he's got a chariot driver. And that's Krishna. And Krishna is the representation of consciousness, higher consciousness. So the breakdown of the story is that Arjuna is the lower consciousness and Krishna is the higher consciousness. And he's struggling. He's got this inner battle. And it sounds just like life in today's world. I've got the lower self of me that when I see somebody else publishing their book, I get a little perturbed because mine's not out yet. You know, that's my lower self. And then I move into my higher self and say, you know, it's just not my time. Let's honor and acknowledge the individual that it is their time. It is their gift. And so there's this dialogue that's going on between the higher consciousness and the lower consciousness, between Krishna and Arjuna. And Krishna is basically saying to him, it is your nature. You have been destined, designed, and trained to be this magnificent warrior. Just do it. Have you heard that phrase? Just do it. He said it a little bit differently. I don't know a lot of Hinduism, but the translation basically says, just do it. It is yours to do. For no other reason than you are living the experience and the expression of who you are meant to be, because there is a higher plan at play here, and you may not know what that is. But what you do know is that this is in your face for you to do right here, right now. And even though it appears to be a very violent act that you're about to take on, you're going to start killing your uncles and your cousins and your relatives and your teachers. But get over it. There is something for you to do that is your purpose in life. You must do it in order for spirit to evolve out whatever this plan is that we may not understand. Now, in the teachings that come through this, and there's like 18 teachings in there, Arjuna comes to a greater understanding of consciousness that allows him to move into a place where he doesn't have to be in the violent act. And the things that he should desire or want or believe is his good begin to come into his expression. So sometimes when we look out at the world and we ask the question, why is it that horrible things happen to good people? There really is no answer for us other than there is something that must be done by each and every individual. And do you know what is yours to do? Or are you so busy in somebody else's business that you have forgotten what is your business? Are you so busy in the daily routine of life, running around in all of the activities, trying to shop and get all of the gifts, and trying to set up all of the decorations, and trying to participate in all of the programs and parties that are going on, that you have forgotten to take that moment of silence, that moment of stillness, where you can find the inner peace? For when you find that inner peace within you, then you will step out into the world and others will see it. And others will want a part of that. They will want to be with you because you have a place of peace. They will want to be with you because you have a place of harmony. They'll want to be with you because you have a place of order. And all of us are seeking peace and harmony and order in the world. This is the moment. Now is the time. Truly we can have peace on earth and goodwill towards all.